You know a dream is getting real when you start preparing the soil that will feed you. And sometimes that progress looks like mixing manure and soil. But that's the beauty of building a life from scratch. Hi, my name is Soino. I tell stories of my life through cooking videos, farming, and homesteading life in general. If this is the kind of content that interests you, kindly click the subscribe button for more amazing videos. Next, we moved over to the area where the team was busy preparing the steel reinforcement. These cages you're seeing here are what will help us sail the pit securely. They are tying the steel bars together to create the support structure that will hold the slab before we start building the toilet walls. For anyone who might not know, these steel cages help distribute the weight evenly once the slab is poured on top. It's the hidden strength of the whole building. We never see it again, but it's the backbone of the structure. Here, they started arranging pieces of timber across the entire pit, and honestly, this was my first time seeing this happen. I've never witnessed a toilet or latrine being built from scratch, so I didn't really know why the timber was necessary. Because I thought that after pouring water and everything, that was my thinking, it will rot and it will all crumble down. But they explained that it helps hold all the cement and materials in place so that when the slab is poured, nothing goes to waste. This is also the stage where they confirm the exact size of the latrine hole and figure out how far the toilet section will reach, kind of marking the boundary between the latrine and the outside bathroom. It's such an interesting process to watch, especially when it's your first time. They also nailed down timber across the walls of the pit to form this neat rectangle, and that frame helps hold all the materials that will be poured so nothing spills out. It also keeps everything in the exact shape it's supposed to be. I've come to learn that this is something they usually do for most structures that need a slab. Guys, just understand me, this is my very first time being involved in any type of construction. Even when we were building our duck coop, I was always busy with work, so we only passed by early in the morning or late in the evening after everything was already done. We really trusted our site manager and he delivered. But now that we are fully present on this project, everything feels new to me and I'm learning as we go. So before they even began arranging the steel bars, you saw them lay down that black paper, the same one we used on our earthen floor and on the garden beds. At first, I didn't know why it was needed here too, but they explained that it acts as a barrier so the cement doesn't seep into the soil. It keeps the slab from losing moisture too quickly as it cures, and it stops soil from mixing with the concrete. Once that was in place, they started positioning the steel bars and tying them together so everything stays firm and properly connected. And after that, they went all around the paved walls with the timber we talked about earlier, creating that neat, even rectangle that will hold all the materials in place when it's time to pour the slab. Now, it was finally time to start pouring the mixture into the steel bars to form the slab. Spade by spade, they scooped the heavy mix and poured it into every space between the steel, slowly filling it up. They made sure it settled evenly, tapping and leveling as they went so that everything bonds well and no gaps are left behind. Watching it come together like this felt so surreal because this is the moment the pit officially starts transforming into a real structure. Now that we're done with the pitch latrine slab, we'll just let it dry and cure before we start building the Now that we are done with the pit latrine slab, we'll just let it dry and cure before we start building the toilet walls. This honestly feels so good. Remember, in the last video I mentioned that once the walls are fully dry, we'll apply a sealant because the paint we made is water soluble. So we got boiled linseed oil to seal the walls. Linseed oil is a natural water repellent finish that penetrates deep into the plaster, strengthens the surface and helps protect it from moisture without blocking breathability. We wanted to do a small sample first, just to see how long it takes to dry and whether it will react with the paint in any way or change the color. Once it dries completely, we'll update you and let you know if it has truly waterproofed the walls or not. Until then, thank you so much for staying with me up to this point. I'm so happy with how far we've come. I honestly can't imagine that you're finally going to have a latrine in this compound. When you see people's homesteads already complete, you think it's something simple, but it takes so much and we just thank God. Keep dreaming, keep building, and most importantly, live the life that feels true to you. Until next time, bye. We shall try again tomorrow.